You did it. You clicked on this video. You decided to make one decision to grow your community, and you made the right move. And here is why, with all these tips I'm about to show you. Now, I have a bunch of tips I'm going to be going through today in today's video, so it's probably going to be a bit of a long video, but I promise it's going to have a lot of positive outcomes for you. I made one of these back in 2020. I can't believe I've been doing it this long, but yeah, I made one of these videos back in 2020. I helped a lot of people out with that. I got a lot of positive feedback on it, and now that it's 2023, I think it's time we make a new one. So with everything that I've learned over the years, and now me not being an affiliate anymore, I'm a partner on Twitch, which is awesome. I'm able to give you guys even more insights on what you guys need to do to really build your future. Now let's get right into it. Number one, you're gonna wanna make sure to be consistent. What I mean by this is just at least make sure you're streaming when you can and whenever you can. Now it's gonna be it's gonna take you a little longer to build your schedule, but once you start streaming, try to at least make your schedule, and just so they know when you will be streaming and where you're gonna be at. Number two, which we've already sort of talked about, has to do with building and making a schedule. Now for me, I stream every single day at 6 p.m. Eastern, and that's just how everybody has always known it to be. I have people that literally come in from like 2 years ago, and they're like, "Oh, Fade, I haven't seen you in so long," and I'd be like, "Yo, it's insane to see you again." And then they always tell me, "I knew you'd be on because you're always on at 6." So listen, even after years have passed, people always will remember your set schedule if it's always the same time each day or each other day that you stream, or whatever your your schedule ends up being. Now, number three is a little bit different. Number three is be unique. All right, you're gonna want to be totally different from everybody else. Now on Twitch, there are thousands and thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands even, of streamers out there just trying to be known or trying to be seen. Now with that being said, you got to be different. You got to show them what you can do compared to what they can do. And you got to be the reason that when somebody clicks on your stream, they want to stay. And so we're going to be talking about that a little bit longer. But what I will say is, you're going to want to be just sort of, I want to say off the rails, but I'm off the rails. Next one is stream for all the right reasons. Obviously, you don't want to stream because you want to get big. You don't want to stream because you want to make all this money. You don't want to stream because you want this to be, easy, because it's not. I hate to break it to you, it's just not. Streaming is probably one of the most difficult and heart-wrenching things to do. It does take a really big toll on your mental health, which it did with me for a little bit. So you gotta be understanding of like what you're getting yourself into before you get into it, because a lot of people do not talk about that, and that is why you see a lot of big name people really come out and talk about like their mental health and a lot of other things to do with that. But you really just make sure you're getting into streaming for the right reasons. Understand the consequences of also getting in. There's gonna be a lot of negative, a lot of positives. So try to always, lay back on the positives. Try not to, worry about the negatives, obviously. But stream because it's something that you enjoy. People will see that, and when people see that, they're gonna want to stay. They're gonna want to keep talking with you, watching you, and just incorporating themselves with you. And then you're gonna start to build this amazing community around positivity, and that's all that matters right there. Now, we're going to start getting into the hows of how to actually grow here and how to really get your viewer count from a good old 0 to even 5 to 7 to 15. And this is really going to be your growing point of going from single digits to double digits. And this is what's really going to help you. And this has been proven to help people as well. It helped me. This is how I grew. And this is how I've helped other people to grow as well. Now, along with being consistent and building a schedule, which is equally as important, Also, looking for orgs, like organizations, esports teams, whatever. Join as a content creator or as a player, as anything. Join an org where you're going to be able to make connections with other people or even work with other streamers and make like a stream team. Try to get into a stream team. If you guys do not have a stream team or do not know what a stream team is, hit me up in the comments below. I can explain what they are. But a stream team is literally a team that you join on Twitch, but you only partners can make them. I have a stream team. We're called the Fadeaways over here, those of you that know. And if you guys want to invite to the Fadeaways, it's always open. Doors are open. I'm always here for you guys. I'm always trying to, support anybody. We even have a sell promo section on our Discord if you guys want to join that. But hit me up. I can give you guys an invite. You guys just gotta let me know what your Twitch name is, and I'll get you an invite to that. But join an org. Try to make some connections there. An org is really what helped me out when I was low. When I was at like 5 to 7 viewers, I looked for an org. I ended up joining an org at that time. They took a chance on me. I ended up working really, really hard and grew to be one of the top streamers for a while for that org. And I made a lot of really amazing connections that I never would have made. Some of these connections I still have with me today, even though I'm in a completely different org. These connections come into the stream. I raid them still from time to time. They raid me from time to time, and we always support one another. And it's just amazing. The communities are always coming together, working together, and it just builds an amazing family, and it does help you grow in the end. Now, next up, you may not like this, but this is where it really comes together and where you really start to see change. You're going to want to play smaller games. Now, what I mean by smaller games is you're not going to want to play games that have, let's say, 100K people playing / watching, or 500K people watching. Anything above probably 10K, you don't want to really stream that. Especially if you're a new streamer, you're going to be wanting to stream like smaller games that have like maybe less than 5K viewers, just because it'll be so much easier for you to be seen. Now, with this being said, you're not going to want to play a game that you do not enjoy. So make sure you're playing a game that is equally as fun to you as, let's say, Apex or Call of Duty. But at the same time, play, like, let's say you play 2 hours of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, per se, which usually has around 1.4K to around 5K viewers. So you play that for two hours, and then for the next 2 hours, you play Apex or Call of Duty, whichever one you enjoy the most. And when you're doing that, you stream your usual 4 hours. We're going to use 4 hours as an example. So that way, cut your time in half, play the beginning of your stream on a smaller game, which will help you grow an audience, help you be seen easier. And then for the rest of it, you play the game you want to play. And you take that viewership you have with the other game, the smaller game, to the bigger game. And now over time, this is really going to help you grow. It helped me. When I first started, I was playing nothing but Call of Duty, nothing but Apex. I was not growing an inch. And I was also playing a lot of Fortnite. Again, was not growing an inch. And that's because hundreds of thousands of people were streaming and playing the game and just watching people. And it was literally impossible. Now, what I did at that time is I played Roblox and streamed Roblox. And I actually enjoyed it a little bit. And, it ended up working out. I ended up making over 500 followers within the first month of me just playing Roblox and streaming it. And this helped me interact with chat. It taught me how to really get used to reading chat while playing a game. And that's, that does get very, very difficult. As you will see, once your chat starts moving, it does get a lot more difficult to read chat and play the game, but you'll get used to it. And it also makes, streaming that much more fun. Now, make sure at the end of your stream, even if you have nobody in your stream, make sure to spread the love to anybody that you see streaming. Spread some love to other people who are smaller content creators as well. Like, that's what I do every single night I get off of my stream. Even if I have like 5 people watching me, or 15 or 20 or 30, I always raid smaller content creators. I will go to the bottom of the list, find one of the people at the bottom of the list, raid them. So let's say you only have yourself. It's whatever. raid somebody at the bottom of the list, spread them some love, and there you go. You're making some more connections. You're making some more new faces, and sometimes they come into your chat, they hang out, and then sometimes you guys become really good friends. And that's what's happened with me a lot recently, is I have become really good friends with some of the people I've even raided in the past, who have ended up coming into the community, being a very big part of the community, and then becoming very, very important friends. And then when we're talking about like you possibly being the only person there, which is gonna happen for a while, you got to get used to that. And this is where like the mental part sort of comes in. You got to get used to like sort of being the only person there from time to time, and you not really growing for a while, because you're not going to immediately see this growth. It's going to happen over time. As long as you put the work in, you put the consistency, you make your schedule, and you actually stream for longer than 30 to 45 minutes. At least try your best to stream upwards of 2 hours, I would say, a day, or at least every other day, to really help you build this community and start that. If you're only streaming like once a week or twice a week, it's going to be very, very difficult. I mean, listen, it's streaming. You got to take it seriously. If you really are interested in growing, this is the only way to grow. You can go and watch any other video out there. They're going to like show you fake stats and fake all this other stuff. I've watched every single video out there on how to grow on Twitch when I was first starting. And literally these people who were already like really, really big and famous and whatever would make a new account and be like, oh, this is how you get thousands and thousands of viewers, and within like 2 weeks. It's just not how it works, man. Everything that I'm giving you guys right now is literally genuine stuff that helped me in the past, and stuff that I learned through my own mistakes, and stuff that I learned through other people. So just make sure you're always talking, even when nobody's there. If you're talking and literally joking around about whatever, or talking with your friends that you're playing games with, that's even better. Just make sure you're always talking about something. How a lot of people end up stumbling upon my stream is I'm literally talking about the most random stuff that you can think of. I will be talking about a hamster's like butt cheeks looking just firm, bro. And you know, somebody random is just chilling, like lurking in chat or just like going through, and then they're like, what? Like, you gotta catch somebody off their toes and really grab them into your stream and be like, what did they just say? Like, or like, what are they talking about? Like, talk about football, talk about Pokemon, talk about like anime, anything you want. Anything that you're just talking about is gonna help, because if somebody comes upon your stream and they hear you talking about something, they're gonna want to stay tuned. They're gonna want to like talk to you about something similar that they have. We talk about anime a lot on my stream, and this is what brings a lot of people in as well, because you know, once you start talking about anime and somebody else knows about anime, you can get into it. Now this next one is super important, so listen up. Webcam. Get yourself a webcam, okay? It doesn't have to be expensive. My first ever webcam was literally like $20. And I got on my knees. I looked up at my mom. I said, please, get me a webcam. She said, fuck no. So what I did is I saved up my money. It took me a little bit. I saved up my lunch money. I used to get like $2 a week to get like a couple cookies here and there, because like cookies at my school was like 50 cents at the time. And so I would save up for about a couple months, and I had money. I didn't have a lot of money as a kid, so obviously my setup wasn't the nicest. When I first started streaming back in like middle school, high school, I literally had my TV on a box. I had my PlayStation on the floor, and I had my like kitchen chair in the back. That's literally what I would use. So listen, you can start off anywhere, but a webcam is so important, because it's really going to grab people's attention. And I get it. If you are nervous about being seen, if you're shy, it's understandable. And if I would have known about this when I was first starting, I probably would have ended up being this. But VTubing is a thing. If you don't know what it is, definitely look it up. But VTubing is an amazing thing out there where you're able to really become your own avatar, and you don't really have to show your face, and you're able to truly be yourself in the way that you feel yourself should be seen. So a VTuber is literally your own type of avatar that you want. I know there's ones out there that you can make, or there's already presets out there. There's websites where you can get preset ones and use those. I don't know how to go through any of that stuff, but there's definitely YouTube videos out there of how to like really set that up or how to get them. So definitely look into that if, you know, people seeing you is something that would make you nervous or overwhelmed. This may sound stupid, but people forget to do this all the time. People forget to interact with their chat. I cannot tell you how many times I have raided people, because we raid people every single night. And so many people just don't look at their chat. They don't say thank you for raids. They just don't do anything. And if you're streaming, and I already know this, if you guys are already watching this video, I know this is something you guys are truly passionate about, and this is something that you guys want to pursue. So, I mean, this doesn't really go for you, but just make sure that you guys are just paying attention to your chat, paying attention to them, because they are the people that are supporting you. They are the people that are taking the time out of their day to come into your chat and talk to you while you play your games, do your thing, and come into your life where you can start to build this community, man. And the beginning is the most important. So the people that are there with you from the beginning are truly the real ones. All right, you may not like this one. Now you're gonna want to make a professional name. What I mean by this is, you know, you may not want a TTV, a TV. You're not gonna want to use underscores. You're not gonna want to use numbers. All right. Come up with a name that feels right to you. I wanted to use just Fadeless. Sadly, that was taken, so I had to use Fadeless HD for Twitch, and I ended up using that with literally everything else. So yeah, just come up with something that doesn't have numbers, that doesn't have underscores. If you want to use TV or TTV, you guys are free to use that. Most of the time, that does get a lot of negative backlash. So if I was, I wouldn't use that. If you do use it, you can use it in games or whatever. Try not to use it on Twitch. Because a lot of people will see that as sort of self-promoting. So just be careful with a lot of that stuff, because you're going to get a lot more negative outcomes than positive. But for the most part, just make sure you come up with a name that fits you, that feels right, and, you know, that's unique, and that's easy to look up. So with this all being said, I have one last thing that sort of feels like a no-brainer, but then again, I didn't really take my own advice when I first started. So tell your friends, tell your family about your stream. Like I said, I didn't really do this when I first started. I sort of streamed because I didn't have a lot of friends. I also didn't want my family to know I was streaming. Streaming for me has always been like a place where I can sort of, you know, just go in my own little world and escape reality. And I'm sure that's how it is for a lot of you guys as well. So if you don't want to invite them or tell them about your streaming, that's understandable. But for those of you that do, your family and your friends, you know, they're always going to be extra support for your stream. And like I said, the beginning is really the most important, and it's really the hardest part is the beginning. Once you start growing, once you start getting up to like 5 to 10, then things start flowing. You're going to hit roadblocks along the way, and things are not going to move as fast as you would want them to. But at the same time, everything takes time. And so you just got to keep your head down, keep your head in the game, and you'll be just fine. Last of all, I'd like to say thank you for honestly just taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It goes to show that there's other people like me who are truly passionate about this, and other people who really want to make this into something and really just, you know, escape reality with me. Now, if you guys are still interested in joining my stream team, which is called the Fadeaways, just hit me up in the comments below, or even just come over to my stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/fadelesshd. There's a link in the homepage of the YouTube, so just, you know, go click on that, come watch the stream, and I'm always gonna support each and every single one of you. Like I said, our Discord even has a section for self promo. I'm always here to support the smaller content creators, and I always will be. If you guys have any more questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll make sure to message back as soon as I can. And with that being said, thank you guys so much, and let's make 2023 our year.